Welcome to another edition of Still Right with Zuriel. For this edition, we are making this kimono. For the kimono, then this is the plain fabric. I'm using a crepe. This is the plain fabric I'm using. Okay, so I'm starting with the kimono. The length of the kimono is 36. That's the length she wants. And then our bust is 37. Our hip is 40. It's actually a free kimono. So I'm going to use the 40 inches at his measurement. I'm just going to use it all the way down because it's not fitted. I'm going to use 40. And then the length is 36. Now the length of the plain fabric, the width of the plain fabric at the hemline, I'm going to make it 3 inches. So I'm going to cut Ankara fabric. I'm going to cut it 33. You understand? So 33 plus half inch that we're using to join it at the shoulder, then half inch we're using to join it. So that's 34. So keep that in mind. We have 34 inches. So this is the fabric. First thing you do is look for the offside. This is the offside. Okay. So you turn it this way and you pull. Alright. Now that's 40 is 40. Now even for the 40, I'm not even doing it exactly. I'm going to put ease. You understand? So I'm just going to do it like for the 4 of this thing at the hem. I'm changing it from 3 inches to 4 inches because I can see it's a little bit wide in the picture. So I'm going to do 4 inches. So this is going to be 33. Okay, so let's start. Okay, so this is mine. I need a weight to put on this fabric so it doesn't keep moving. Alright, so 40. This is just a very simple dress, a very simple kimono. This is 40. So this is 10. I said I'm going to add 1 inch ease. So this 11. Then the sewing allowance 1.5. So I'm just going to do 12.5. Okay, so I hope you understand we got the 12.5. 40, that's 10. 1 inch ease, that's 11. Yes, sewing allowance 1.5. Basically, I use 1.5 for my sewing allowance. So when I said the length we are looking at is 33. Okay, so this 33 inches in length. So this 33 inches in length. 33 inches in length. Okay, so this is it. 33. I'm going to take my ruler and roll it. Here, 33. Now, our shoulder measurement is 15. That's the back. Then we do half of it. That's 7.5. Now, because it's a kimono, most times I like kimono shoulder falling a little bit lower. You understand? Not just staying exactly. Because the loose kimono, if the shoulder falls a little bit lower, it's always nice. Alright, so I'm going to do 8. That means I'm adding, yes. So then half inch for the sewing allowance, that's 8.5. Then the arm hole, I'm using the length of my back for the arm hole depth. Or I can do my bust. Okay, let me just use the length of the back. That's 8.5. So I'm marking 9.5 here because my shoulder slants. My pencil is okay, so let's go and get okay, so let's confirm our measurements. The length is 33. 33. This is 12.5. So I'm cutting it. Now this is the back. Now the neckline for the back, we can see the plain fabric goes round it all over the shoulder and everything. So for the neckline, I'm going to do 4 inches width. 4 inches. Okay. Okay, no, let me just do it, make it 3.5. 3.5. Then I have my 1 inch shoulder slant. Shoulder slant. I hope you can see it because this pen, this my chalk is kind of almost same color with the fabric. Yes, okay, before we continue, kindly click on the like button, you subscribe, and then share this video with your friends. Okay, so we are cutting out the pattern. I hope you can see the pattern, but I think I should just follow the way I'm cutting it. Okay, so this is it. This is the back. I'm cutting the front. Remember, we did 4, that's 12.5 into places. Okay, so this is just something you can do on your phone. You can do at home. Okay, so now this front, I need you to pay attention to it very well. Okay. I need to place it exactly and cut it out. Or there are some modifications and adjustments that we'll do to the front. Okay. Okay, now please just watch this neckline. This is the front. Can you see the neckline? Now we can see that from picture we see the kimono. We can see that the kimono is not closing at the front. Like there is space at the front. That means this place, this center front, we are going to cut off some inches. So it depends on how wide you want the opening to be. And then in another vein, you can just look at it like it's not that it's opening actually. She used her hand to push it to the back. But all the same, it's not overlapping. That's one thing we know. It's not an overlap. It's not overlapping at the front. So this band, the plain fabric I'm going to put at the edge, I'm going to use 2 inches. But notice that the one here is not as wide as the one at the hem. So I'm using 2 inches. So this place, I'm going to cut off 2 inches. Okay? So because I want to cut off 2 inches, I need 2 inches. I'm going to cut off 1.5. So the remaining half will be for joining. So let's just say we cut off 2 inches actually. So I'm cutting off. I hope you understand. I'm cutting off 2 inches. That's 1.5. Or let me just cut off my 2 inches straight, because I don't want it to even touch at all. So I'm cutting off 2 inches. Please, this my chalk is not very clear, but just follow what I'm saying. Now this neckline, the neckline here, I'm going to blend it to this place. Okay, depends on, this is it. You have to just, where's the 2 inches? This 2 inches. We're just going to blend it to meet the 2 inches. Okay, so this is it. I'm reeling my 2 inches all the way down. Okay, so I just cut it off. I'm reblending it because I noticed that that line is not really breaking. This is the back. This is the front. You can see how it is. By the time we open it up, see, we join it like this. So you first join the shoulder, join the shoulders, join the side, then you put your plain fabric, you just put it goes round, okay, round. Okay, so that is it. So we are cutting the sleeve, all right. The sleeve is, from the picture we can see the sleeve is like to the elbow. So for my customer, our sleeve measurement to the elbow is 13. That's 13. Okay, now it's a little bit, let's just say 14. Okay, just a little bit below the elbow. So this is 14. Now the band, I want the band to be as wide as the band at the hem. I want to be, you understand, to be ordered. You know that, oh, I'm having 2 inches here, I'm having 1 inch here. So at the hem of the kimono, I use 4 inches. So I'm using 4 inches here. So I'm cutting the sleeve. The sleeve will be 10 inches long. Please, I hope you understand that. The sleeve will be 10 inches long. Please, I will drop down. That's 10 inches plus ½ inch at the shoulder to join the shoulder, then ½ inch to join it to join it with the plain fabric. That's what, 11. Okay, so I'm just folding it. Please, I'm drafting freehand method for my sleeve. Okay, I'm using freehand method for my sleeve. So I said we need 11. The length is 11. Okay, so the length is 11. So this is 11. I'm marking it twice so I'll be able to get a straight line. Okay, so there's no rule that says you must mark it twice, but okay, let me use my red. Okay, this one is a little bit tight. So this is the length. Now our bust is, we use 40 for our bust. I just want to see 3 inches. So I'm copying it. Please, I'm using freehand. Oh my gosh. I'm using freehand. At bicep, I'm using 9, so I'm putting 1 inch on the ones. Now we can see that the sleeve is not fitted, but at the same time, I don't want it to be too loose. Okay, so this is, I'm just going to put it at 8½. So by the time we take our 1 inch allowance, and this is, we'll be left with 7½. That's 15. So this is how wide 15 will be. You see, not too wide and then not too. It's not a fitted sleeve, so that's why we are not using our exact sleeve measurement. Okay, so I'm checking the sleeve cap to see if it will fit into my armhole. This like this 11. By the time I remove, that means it's going to be 10. So this one too. This is 11½. By the time I remove 1 and it's going to be 10. So you can see that it fits perfectly. So I'm cutting out my sleeve. So this is our sleeve. So I'm going to go ahead and cut the plain fabric. Okay, so this is the plain fabric I'm using. I'm cutting it now. The sleeve is, that's 8½. That's 17. So I need 17 in 2 places. The hem, please let me measure the hem. That's 12½. That's 25 for the back. Let's just say the front too. 20. No, that's 21. 25 for the back, because it's folded 12½ into, so we need 25 for the back. And then I can decide to put it round, and I decide to break it at the sides. but I'm breaking it at the sides for reason best known to me. So that is 25 plus 21, that's 46 plus 17 plus 17. Okay, so I'm cutting the one that we're putting at the neck first. That one I said I'm using 2 inches. Okay, so now please, I need you to pay attention. Now this is not going to be long enough for that, so I'm cutting this one twice. This is 28, so that's like, let's see, this 20, that's like 56 or something. Okay, that's 56, so I'm cutting it twice. But I don't like sewing and then, especially plain fabric, and the joining will be here or somewhere in between. So I'm going to make sure that the joining is at the nape, that's the center back. So I'm going to cut 2 of this, then we join it. So when we want to fix it, we make sure the joining falls at the center back. That way we are going to have excess that we're going to trim off at both edges. Okay, so it's better that way. So I said I'm doing 2 inches, and it's going to be on fold. So that means I'm cutting 5 inches. Because 5 inches, when you put 5 inches on fold, that's 2.5. So 2.5, the half inch to sew it. So we're having 2. So I'm just cutting. That's why I'm cutting 10, because I want to cut everything at once. Okay, there are ways you can work smart. You can't start cutting, oh, let me just cut 5. Let me just cut, you understand? Please learn to work smart. Okay, so this is my 10 inches. I'll measure it around. Let me be sure I have my 10 inches around. So this is another 10 inches. This is way more than 10 inches. Okay, this is okay. Well, I have my 10 inches. I'm cutting it. This 10 inches, I'm still going to cut it. So remember, I said I need 5. I need 5 inches. So you mix it up. It's better you cut everything at once. I don't want to leave it until I'll cut it later. Then I'll end up mixing it up with the one for the hem of the sleeve or the hem. Okay, so okay, so this one is, I'm cutting for the hem. We said how many inches for the hem? 4 inches. So I'm cutting how many inches? I'm cutting 9. Because when you put 9 on fold, that's funny. Yeah. So I'm cutting 9. So again, cutting it so that we can have more than enough, because I'll still need it for my trouser. Okay, so this is it. What I do is, this is it, put on fold, put a stitch all through, then you take it to your sega and weave. Please, it's always good for your work to be neat. You take it to your sega or your interlocker, then you weave the edge, then you join it.